Thanks very much to the Dewsbury Rams head coach Lee Greenwood for once again joining me ahead of our Betfred Championship fixture ahead of London Broncos on Sunday. Lee, we've had a little bit of a break because obviously we've moved the Batley game to further on in the season. So, how's the last sort of 2 weeks been following the good win away at Swinton?
It's been good. We gave lads obviously the weekend off with us having no game, and it's always positive at training when you've won. You're sleeping a bit easier, and the feel good vibes sort of still there. We're confident in what we've done so far, although not overly pleased with the odd game or the odd half here and there, but generally content with where we're sitting in the table at the moment. So yeah, we're in an all right spot, sort of results wise. But we're just down on a few bodies, that's all, and it's proven to starting to prove a bit difficult. Certain positions where we're getting lads injured, or we've had a few departures recently as well. So it's just a juggling act really of working with what we've got, but also needing to bring people in. So I mean, take for example, we got we thought we were struggling at prop a little bit of front row, so we brought John Luke Kirby in. I thought we were pretty good against Swinton, and then he's had a reoccurrence of his ACL knee injury, so he's out for a good 9 months again now, which is a shame. So even the people we're bringing in to sort of replace others are missing. Jimmy Beckett's gone back to Featherstone, so that's another in that position. Fraser Morris departed a couple of weeks back, just with family and work commitments. So we're doing it tough in certain positions, but we'll do our best certainly on Sunday.
How much of a worry is it that we've brought people in, and like you said, they've just unfortunately, like John Luke Kirby, who like I said played really well at Swinton. The people that we're bringing in and making an impact, they're just getting injured straight away, and it must be difficult as a head coach to be able to plan the squad ahead really when you come up with these injuries, or people have left for other reasons.
Yeah, I mean there's only John that we've got on loan who's then got injured. We lost Keenan as well early in that game after scoring a try. He's going to be out for a month, 6 weeks. So there's just certain positions, certainly in that middle where we're just a bit light. But I think if you look at it and asking around and speaking to different people, literally every club are the same. They've got injuries. That's where you tend to get the most as well. There's the big boys up front doing all the work. And they're the ones that tend to get the sort of knocks and are out for 1 or 2 weeks. So yeah, we're no different to anyone else, I don't think, in that respect. But obviously, from a coaching perspective, it makes it a bit difficult because you're looking to bring people in. In an ideal world, you don't ever need to loan anybody in. You've just got your squad set from day one, and that's what you work with. But it doesn't always work like that. And while I don't agree with the current loan system, it's pretty much dual edge in disguise. You've got to use it to the best of your advantage. So, we've brought Sam Wood in this week. So he's going to help us out for a couple of games, and I think you'll see most clubs doing that. So while it's there, we'd be foolish not to use it to his advantage. So that's what we're doing.
On Sam, a lot of our fans have seen him play against us for Batley at the Summer Bash a couple of seasons ago, and I think he played against us when he played for Oldham as well. So he's a face that's known to Dewsbury supporters, and one that they seem to be quite excited about.
Yeah, well, Sam's played Super League this season. He's obviously full time, and I think you've noticed this week that Huddersfield have let a good handful of players go out just to get 1 or 2 games in to keep him fit for when Ian Watson wants him back. So you're not talking here now about a young lad who's just coming out of the academy making his way. He's actually been playing now in Huddersfield's first team. So yeah, hopefully it just gives us a short-term boost while we look around for permanent recruits or we get bodies back.
Looking back at the Swinton game, one of the things that you said after the game was that we had a very, very good first half, and then the second half wasn't good, and we sometimes were not calm under the pressure that Swinton were putting us under. Going into this weekend against London, who were a very good opposition, you'll want a more complete 80-minute performance.
Yeah, well, we did play well against Swinton. You never get anything perfect, but the first 40 minutes, bar one or two little bits, it were pretty good, to be fair. That was probably our best 40 minutes of the season, I'd say. And then, yeah, Swinton lifted it slightly, although we were still in full control of it with even 10 minutes to go. I think the issue we have is we go away from what works a little bit, and that's probably been the same thing since before I joined. Something might work for a bit, and then the team sort of goes away from it a little bit, thinking, that's done, we need to do something else, when you really don't. And then just little bits of discipline and silly errors, but then do the same thing again or something similar very quickly, and then it puts you under massive pressure. Even like I say, even with 10 minutes to go, we were in complete control, and then a couple of shocking defensive bits of play, put us right under the pump and made it a very nervous finish. So, yeah, we need to be better than that this week. We'll have to be London full time. They'll be really angry about the performance and the result against Bradford last week, and they'll want to bounce back against us. And again, we've got to just expect and prepare for the best London team and best London performance. We don't tend to get anybody not playing well against us. Everybody sort of seems to play well against us. So it's literally all up to us whether we can contain a full-time team on Sunday and obviously at their ground with a trip down.
And we obviously with the trip down there, I think it might be one of your first visits to the capital as a head coach. So it'll be a new ground for you to tick off as well.
Yeah, well, it is. Obviously, I played down there and I've played against them, obviously. But yeah, as a coach, my first time against London. It doesn't matter even if you'd have coached against them last year, you still could be going to a new ground because they seem to move around quite a bit, don't they, still? So yeah, I think we're at Ealing, are we, on Sunday? I think that's right. Yeah. So wherever bus driver takes me to, I'll get off bus and then we'll go and play wherever we end up. But yeah, it's just difficult anyway. The trip down obviously is a bit different, and it's a little bit tougher this year with the sort of social distancing restrictions and stuff like that. Testing on the morning before we set off, but we'll prepare as best we can, and yeah, just tackle it for what it is. We know we're massive underdogs going in against a full-time team that were in Super League not so long back, and an angry one at that want to respond after last week. And they, to be honest, if London want to achieve what their goals will have been at the offset, they need to beat us, and they need to beat teams like us at home. So, it's all stacked in their favour, but, we can go down. If we can compete well to begin with, then we can enjoy the game.
How have you found London this season? They seem to have had results quite up and down so far.
Same as everybody else. Obviously, the two easy ones to look at are Featherstone and Toulouse because they've won every game. But even them during some games have been up and down. Just the quality of the team and players have shone through, so that they haven't lost. Others started a bit slow and are picking up a bit now. Others have been up and down, and nobody's been consistent right from the beginning. So London are like that. They started off slow, looked like they were hitting some form, and then obviously that crashed down on them last week. So yeah, we can't go in preparing for London are going to be bad today. We have to prepare for London at their best, and then if they slip under that, that's we'll take that obviously. But no, we've got to prepare for London being at their absolute best on Sunday, and trying to make sure that we can compete with that.
No worries. Well, thank you very much once again, Lee, for joining us this week, and I look forward to speaking to you down in London, hopefully after a victory against the Broncos. So thanks once again for joining us.
No worries. Cheers, Steve.